Okay, finishing up chapter 2, we want to deal with how we describe shapes of distributions. And in this case, we're dealing with shapes of frequency distributions like histograms and polygons that can be described according to various characteristics. So, frequency histogram, for example, can be symmetrical, meaning that it's relatively bell-shaped, with about 50% of the distribution above the mean and 50% of the distribution below the mean, or we can have positive or negative skew. And so this middle distribution here represents a normal distribution. This curve would be superimposed over those bars of the histogram. And so the normal curve kind of represents a perfectly symmetrical distribution in which 50% of the distribution is on the top and 50% of the distribution is on the bottom. And now a negatively skewed distribution like this one here refers to a couple of observations in the extreme negative end that are pulling the tail of that distribution towards the negative end, with the majority of the data being observed in the more positive end of the distribution. In contrast, a positively skewed distribution contains a few observations that are on the extreme positive end of the distribution, which stretch that positive tail towards that positive end. And so when we're describing distributions, we're doing so according to the extent to which they are not normal. So a distribution either looks normal or it has some degree of skew.